AITA for telling my parents we are moving via text. So here is the gist: my parents don't like rules/boundaries. They think they have the ultimate say in regards to my children. During the pandemic, doctors diagnosed our little with celiac. My parents had been following a gluten-free diet for our oldest, so we didn't think anything of them transitioning the little in their home to the diet. Long story short, we found out, by my dad's own admission, that my parents had been giving my little gluten because I want them to be like me and be sick. I roll. And if you take a food away for a long time, that's how people develop allergies. I roll. We did a time out so I could cool off. Then we had a come to Jesus meeting where I laid down the law. They agreed to the rules. Any deviation would result in no more unsupervised visits from the kids. Well, 10 months later I found out my dad has had a heart attack and was in congestive heart failure. They hid it for 10 months. Blah blah blah. He's fine. They are justified because I wouldn't have let the kids go with my dad, him driving, and they have a right to the kids. He also blamed me for his heart attack, when it was really 2 to 3 McDonald's meals every day when he was working, 350 pounds in a sedentary lifestyle, constant sugar intake, and an overall unhealthy lifestyle that lead to his CHF and heart attack. I reminded them one of the criteria during the gluten discussion was no lying. My dad said it wasn't a lie because they didn't tell us. I reminded him he raised me that leaving out important facts was lying by omission, and this fit that criteria. Then there was him saying I was bitter and trying to control them. I put us in another timeout because I needed a break, and that when the timeout was over, there would only be supervised visits. He still contacted me each week to see if he was coming to get the girls. I ignored because, timeout. Finally he mentions my nephew acting as if something is wrong only to find out, nephew wants to know when my kids are coming back. Unexpectedly, in the middle of the timeout, my husband got a job and we are moving out of state. Ouch. This has nothing to do with my parents. The timing was an unfortunate consequence. Here is the catch. A few weeks before the pandemic started, my husband discussed a possible move out of the country for his job, that crumbled when the pandemic hit obviously. However, leading up to it my parents were throwing a fit. How could you do that to us? We have rights to see our grandchildren. Family comes first no matter what. You are hurting the children by not letting them have regular access to their family, and my favorite, we can sue for grandparent rights. In our state, grandparents have no rights if the parents are married. I don't know about the state we are moving to. I don't want to deal with the accusations. I don't want to deal with the fight. I just want it done and over with. So am I a jerk by doing it by text and not a call? Update: thank you all. I didn't expect the outpouring of love. I am learning how to deal with things. Once we are moved, I will be finding a therapist. Thank you to those who sent me resources to help. I truly do appreciate them. We've decided to tell them after my husband has officially moved, or is about to walk out the door, so he can be there. We will be hanging back a week or two, but he will establish a new residency for us the next day, so we will be official new state residents before they can do anything. They can't get an address because, well, we won't have one yet, lol. We have always taken an approach of you deal with your family and I will deal with mine. But, you have helped me see, once I tell them, he can deal with them, and I'm okay with that. So is he, to clarify. And I will not be embarrassed or ashamed of my new home. It will be beautiful. It will be a dream. It will be a place I make a ton of memories in, and they will not ruin it for me this time.